You've been robbed. Not in a dark alley, not by some pickpocket, but every single time you walk into a grocery store. The average American household is losing over $1,200 a year to something called shrinkflation. Companies are secretly shrinking your products by up to 30% while charging you the exact same price. And the worst part? Most people never notice. By the end of this video, you'll know the 12 everyday products that have shrunk the most, the psychology behind why you don't notice, and the one thing you can actually do about it. But first, let me show you how long this has been going on. Shrinkflation isn't new. It's been happening since the 1950s. But in the last 3 years, it has accelerated at a rate we've never seen before. Companies figured out something genius, and honestly, kind of evil. If they raise the price, you notice, you get mad. You might switch brands. But if they make the package 10% smaller, you don't even blink. Researchers at Harvard Business School found that consumers are 150 times more sensitive to price changes than size changes. 150 times. That's not a small gap. That's a canyon. So companies exploit it, relentlessly. And here's the thing. They don't just shrink the product. They redesign the packaging to hide it. Deeper bottoms, wider gaps, more air, bigger logos that make the container look the same size. A bag of chips today is about 60% air. 60%. You're buying disappointment wrapped in foil. All right, let's get into the list. The 12 products that have quietly shrunk the most, while hoping you'd never figure it out. Number 12. Toilet paper. Remember when a roll of toilet paper used to fill your hand? Now the cardboard tube is the same diameter, but the actual sheets are narrower and shorter. Scott reduced their sheets from 4.5 inches to 4.0 inches. That doesn't sound like much until you realize that's an 11% reduction per sheet. Across a full pack, you're getting significantly less for the same price. Number 11. Peanut butter. This one is sneaky. Skippy and Jif both redesigned their jars a few years ago. The new jar looks almost identical. Same height, same shape. But flip it over and look at the bottom. There's a massive indent now. A dimple that takes up space that used to be filled with peanut butter. They went from 18 ounces down to 16.3. That's roughly a 9% shrink. You paid the same, you got less peanut butter. And the jar was designed specifically so you wouldn't notice. Number 10. Orange juice. Tropicana went from 64 ounces to 52 ounces. That's an 18.75% reduction. Let that sink in. You lost almost a fifth of your orange juice, and the price tag didn't move. Minute Maid did the same thing. Simply Orange followed. It's an industry-wide move that quietly transferred money from your wallet to theirs. Number 9. Cereal. This is the one that hits hardest because we've all been there. You open a box of cereal and it sounds half empty before you even pour a bowl. Because it is. Fruit Loops went from 17 ounces to 13.5. That's over 20% gone. Lucky Charms shrank similarly. General Mills, Post, Kellogg's, they've all done it. The boxes are the same height but narrower. You'd only notice if you put an old box and a new box side by side. Which, honestly, nobody does. Number 8. Ice cream. Remember when ice cream came in half-gallon containers? Yeah, that's over. Breyers, Haagen-Dazs, Ben & Jerry's. All of them have shrunk their pints or half-gallons. Haagen-Dazs went from a true pint of 16 ounces down to 14. Edy's and Breyers went from 1.5 quarts to 1.25 quarts. That's a 17% reduction. Same price. Less ice cream, more sadness. Number 7. Chocolate bars. This one has been happening for decades, but it's gotten aggressive recently. Cadbury Dairy Milk used to be 49 grams. Then it went to 45, then 40. In the UK, Toblerone literally removed gaps between the triangles, making each bar shorter while keeping the packaging the same length. A standard Hershey bar shrank from 1.55 ounces to 1.45 ounces. Across the candy aisle, you're getting 10 to 15% less chocolate for your money. Number 6. Coffee. Coffee shrinkflation is a masterclass in deception. Maxwell House went from 30 ounces to 24.5 ounces. That's an 18% reduction hidden inside the same-looking plastic tub. Folgers did the same. Starbucks ground coffee shrank from 12 ounces to 11. And here's where it gets even more clever. They adjust the suggested serving size on the label so the number of servings stays the same. You think you're getting the same amount. You're not. Number 5. Yogurt. Chobani, Dannon, Yoplait. They've all played this game. Yoplait went from 6 ounces to 4. In some cases, the cups are taller but narrower, creating a visual illusion that makes you think you're getting the same amount. That's a 33% reduction. 1/3 of your yogurt just vanished and the price didn't change by a single penny. That's not inflation. That's a magic trick. Number 4. Laundry detergent. Tide, Gain, Arm & Hammer. All the major brands have shrunk their bottles. Tide went from 150 ounces to 92 ounces in some product lines. That's nearly a 40% reduction. The bottles are shaped to look large on the shelf, with thick, opaque plastic so you can't see how much is actually inside. They claim it's concentrated, but independent testing shows you need to use the same amount per load. But it's not concentrated, it's just less. Number 3. Potato chips. Lay's, Doritos, Pringles. Every major chip brand has done this. Lay's went from 10 ounces to 8.5 ounces. Doritos went from 11 ounces to 9.25. Pringles shrank their cans while keeping the height similar, but making the diameter smaller. You're paying the same price for roughly 15 to 20% fewer chips. And remember that 60% air stat from earlier? That's this category. Number 2. Snack cakes and cookies. Hostess, Entenmann's, Nabisco, they've all shrunk their products. Oreos didn't shrink the cookie itself, but they reduced the number of cookies per package. A standard package went from 45 cookies down to 39. Hostess Twinkies got shorter. Entenmann's shrunk their cookie boxes while keeping the visual design identical. Same experience, less product, same money. And now, the number 1 most aggressively shrinkflated product on the market? Soap, yes, soap, Dial, Irish Spring, Dove. Bar soaps have been shrinking steadily for years. A standard bar of soap used to be 5 ounces. Many are now 3.75 to 4 ounces. Dove beauty bars went from 5.4 ounces to 4.25. That's a 21% reduction. But the bars look almost identical because they adjusted the mold proportions, slightly thinner, but the same length and width. Irish Spring followed. Lever 2000 followed. Soap is the ultimate shrinkflation product because you use it gradually. You never really notice the bar disappearing faster because, well, that's what soap does. It disappears. But it disappears faster now. So let's add all of this up. If you're buying these 12 products regularly, you're losing somewhere between $100 and $150 per month compared to what you would have spent for the same volume 5 years ago. That's about $200 to $1,800 per year. Gone. Quietly. Without you ever being notified. Now here's what you can actually do about it. First, start comparing unit prices. Not the total price. The price per ounce or price per unit. Most grocery stores display this on the shelf tag. That number doesn't lie. When products shrink, the unit price goes up even if the sticker price stays the same. Second, consider store brands. Private label products haven't shrunk as aggressively because they're already competing on price. They have less room to hide shrinkflation. Third, buy in bulk when it makes sense. Not always, but sometimes. Large format products tend to hold their volume better than standard sizes because bulk buyers are more price conscious. And fourth, just be aware. That's the real weapon here. Shrinkflation only works because you don't notice. The moment you notice, you start making different choices. You can't stop shrinkflation. It's a corporate strategy that's been running for 60 years and it's not slowing down. But you can stop being an easy target. If this kind of breakdown is useful to you, there are more videos like this on the channel. No pressure, just here when you need them.